All right, they are on.
Perfect. 次の日の朝、前の晩にネブレに教わった通りにマフィンを作ってみた。So I tried making some muffins just like how Nebody taught me last night for basically today, which is the next morning. So
Yeah,
and
that's so funny. He taught him after all.
yep. Good job, Nebody. Well, we know Nebody taught him how to make muffins. He was just like, this is gonna be poisonous.
Yeah, I figured him saying it's gonna be poisonous meant like I'm not gonna do it to you because it's a bad idea, or teach you because it's a bad idea.
He's like the most I don't know. It's like it's easy to convince him to do anything.
I see.
Creepy old man.
Yeah.
Next is your
I
turn.
know this means flower, but I don't remember the root.
Komukiko, I think. Yep.
Yeah, komuki. There's another ko at the end. Hold on.
Komukiko.
Oh, yeah, there is another ko. Okay. So, komugiko, mizu, fukurashi, kona, I suppose. I'll look it up at the end.
Yeah,
Bata,
fukurashiko.
ko. Huh. I don't know why my brain does not want to read that as ko. So weird. I'll go ahead and put that in my dictionary right now, just so I don't have to do it later.
Yeah, this has to do with like flour.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm just so used to seeing it as kona.
Oh.
But ふくらし粉、バター、少々と塩を木のスプーンでよく混ぜ合わせ、それをちぎってフライパンに並べ、それごと暖炉の、and it's I'm guessing tanka?
Sumibi?
Oh my goodness.
What?
That makes sense. No, that makes sense because the second one can be red heat.
I
And
guess. I just would have
it makes
guessed
sense
like
with Gandalf.
Sekitan or something.
Yeah,
Sumibi. Huh.
that makes sense. 暖炉の炭火に、の上に乗せる。So, so I mixed, or I guess it's the recipe would be you mix flour, water, and baking soda and butter with a little bit of salt. You mix it with a wooden spoon, and you cut that all up, which is kind of a weird thing to say about like
It's more like
dough.
tearing than cutting.
That makes sense. Yeah. So you tear it up and you line it up in a frying pan, and you put it on. You put all of that on uh, the heat of a fire in a hearth.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting. I feel like that's not a muffin what you're making, but you're making like a pancake.
Yeah, it doesn't sound kind of like pancake. It's a pastry, whatever.
Something. その後、別のフライパンを取り出して、ベーコンを焼き、やかんに水を入れて、暖炉で湯を沸かした。After that, I got out a different fry pan and I took out the bacon and then I fried that bacon and then I put some water inside of the kettle and then on top of the fireplace, I boiled the water. And
yeah, now that you mention it, that's definitely a pancake.
Pancake? Yeah, it's pancake でしょ Fry pan.
Yeah. Never he's tricking him into making pancakes.
これは pancake でしょ
Con can't tell the
I mean,
difference,
I
so
guess
it's fine.
there's no eggs. 卵がな
Yeah,
い
that's
ので
true.
pancake. But
But
no muffins
that's
also
not
need
really a
eggs.
muffin either.
何これ
Yeah.
卵はどこかしら
しばらくしてマフィンが茶色になったので、試しに一つ食べてみた。So after a while, the muffins turned brown. So I tried to eat one.
はい
Test.
外は卵の殻みたいに硬くてパリパリ。中は波のままでドロドロ。 So the outside of the muffin was as hard as the shell of an egg and was very like crunchy, putty putty, crispy. And the inside of it was raw and very doro doro, like salt, like I would
Yeah,
say,
slimy is what I think.
yeah, syrupy was what I was picturing. I like syrupy. I was kind of,
Yeah,
I
I
was
just think
like,
of
I was
the
gonna say
mud.
like honey was what I was kind of picturing with doro, which is it's
Mm,
probably more wet than that. Next.
yeah.
でもまあ、食べら
The
れ
mo-
なく、
okay.
なくはない。However, that's not to the extent that you cannot eat it. Then it's your turn.
Can you remove the Discord thing
Oh,
as
yeah,
well?
yeah. I wish it wouldn't pop that up.
Sure, it's just
Annoying.
もう一つ. Yeah. Yeah, it is. もう一つ、蜂蜜をかけて食べてから、ベーコンも何枚か平らげて、お茶を飲んだ。Need to look. What's it? 蜂蜜.
Me too, honey.
Honey, that makes sense. Yeah. It's so funny. I have my folders broken up by chapter,
Mm.
and I still, for some reason, I didn't make a chapter 5 folder. I'm still like logging things in chapter 4.
Oh.
Give me one sec. I'm just gonna make a
You have to make a
quick
chapter 6
one for
folder now.
6. Yep, there it is. It's made.
In your defense,
Okay.
4 was a really short chapter.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, the more thoughts. So I ate one more, and um, had it or put honey on it and ate it. And
Mhm.
I also ate a handful of some pieces of bacon. I gulped them down and drank tea.
Yep. The reason they're saying mojito too is because remember he ate one and he's like, I can eat this. It's not inedible, right? So
Yeah, so I
then he
went ahead
eats
and ate
one
another.
more.
Yeah, it was just weird to me that he ate another at all. Like that idea is strange.
Yeah.
So the
I mean, he
wording,
lived on the streets. I mean, can you really be that picky?
I guess so.
Street urchin. ベネットが何かブツブツ言いながら階段を登ってきた。So, Bennett, he kind of like says something in a kind of muttery kind of way, like, and while doing that, he climbs up the stairs toward Khan. So I guess Khan's like on the second floor. Third floor is Nebody, and Bennett, I guess, was sleeping on the first floor, or maybe he came out from outside. Your turn.
Right. I'm gonna look up Tsum Tsum, but I imagine
Tsum.
it's like
It's like
standing up.
spiky hair, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Stuck up there.
Before. Yeah.
あ
髪がツンツンに立っていて、いかついクマみたいだった。Or that. I gotta look upいかついクマ. Or perhaps just
Kuma,
ikatsu.
you know, Kuma.
Kuma, I know. Yeah, I thought it might have been one thing together. I see. Rugged. So same thing as a kishi.
Mhm.
So his hair was standing up and he looked like a rugged bear.
はい。ベネットがお茶を入れる間、邪魔にならないように離れていた. In order to not be in the way of Bennett while he was making his tea, I kind of just vacated him. I separated myself from him. I was like, yeah.
ベネットは朝食をお盆に乗せ、3階の書斎にいる粘りに運んでいった。I don't think I've seen obon outside of
Yeah, in
like
this
the
case, it's the
festival.
plate meaning of it.
I see. I didn't even know it had that meaning.
Yeah, I feel like it's not a common meaning, but who knows? Who knows?
Yeah,
It's one
looks
of
like
the
it says
meanings.
it's Tenegal.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. So Bennett put breakfast on a tray and carried it up to the office upstairs whenever he was
Yeah, on the third floor.
on the third floor. Yeah.
お茶を飲み終え、暖炉の火に当たって体を温めてから、俺も3階に上がって、詳細を 覗いてみた. So once I finished drinking my tea, and my body was nice and warm from the fire, I as well went up to the third floor and peeked inside of Nebodi's office to study. Next will be your turn.
粘りは鼻がかく具合が悪いそうだった。何やら、how far do you want me to go?
Just do the one.
何やら難しい表情で暖炉の前に行ったり来たりしてる。So, Neburi's nose was red and he looked ill. Not sure how I translate 難しい here.
I would say it's like you're making like a grimacing would be a muzakashi. Like you're, or maybe it's hard to read. Serious.
Yeah. Looks like there's some definitions. Yeah, like serious,
gloomy,
displeased.
Right here. There we go.
As well as
look.
gloomy, sullen. Yeah, I like that. Man, dictionaries sometimes they have really good words in there. Sometimes they're just awful, but sometimes they're really good.
So.
Anyways, so yeah, he was making some kind of sullen expression and going back and forth between the fireplace.
はい。ベネットと話をしていたらしい. It seems like he was talking with Bennett. 窓辺にいるベネットはムッとしている. Which is the Bennett who is by the window. He was very sullen, like grumpy. He was like, your turn.
小僧、入れ。粘りに言われて中に入った。So says, boy, come in. Neburi said to me, so I entered.
はい。俺の作ったマフィンは手つかずのまま残っている. The muffin that I made there's still a bit in my hand, untouched. Was left untouched.
Yeah, kind of a
without
interesting
touching
phrase.
your hand. It makes logical sense. Untouched because
it does. Yeah, it's
attached.
Yeah.
Logical
yeah.
sense. It just is funny to say they're still at the extent of being untouched. Where is it though? Is he like downstairs? Is it on a plate? Where's the muffin?
I know. Yeah.
Touching it if it's untouched.
Yeah. Something when I like was going through the grammar points in Tobira, like of course I had like seen like the like Z negative like just in reading things because it comes up, but something that I didn't know before reading that was that it tends to come up in like expressions, like idioms and stuff like that. So if you see it in something and it's someone's like not speaking in a way that's elevated, like they wouldn't use it normally, odds are they're saying an expression.
That makes logical sense.
Yeah, generally expressions will have older language. Or just more elevated language.
Saying, put that over there.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, 今朝、魔術師たちが集まることになっておると粘り。Neburi said, or says, this morning, the magicians will gather.
らしいね。知っていたのでうなずいた. Yeah, that's what it seems like. I already knew this, so I nodded.
Why does he already know this? He thinks he knows everything.
I know, right? I would guess maybe yesterday nobody talked about it. He was talking a whole lot of blah, blah, blah.
That's true.
Not yesterday, but like a couple days ago when he was like, this is what the political system is.
Right, yeah. Khan really pays attention, I guess.
So he's very excited to be a deshi.
For sure. Do you want to take, or want me to take the next one? I felt like that was a bit short.
Oh yeah, I'll take the next one. その会議にわしのスパイとして潜り込まんか少々 makes sense because 少々 kind of 少々意見を伴うし変身の術を使わぬばならんか. So for that meeting, will you, as my spy, go in there? But it says he's crawling into crawl in.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think mogorikomu is to like it's like to sneak in or something
yeah,
like that, like together.
it probably does mean that in this
Yeah,
context.
yeah, to infiltrate.
To
There we go.
infiltrate. It might be there might be some danger to this, and I will have to use the metamorphosis spell. And then your turn.
俺はまたうなずいた。うん、いいよ。そろそろ魔術師らしいことをしてもいいだろうだ。してもいい頃だ。So, I nodded. Yeah, that's fine. It's about time that I started doing something like a magician.
Yeah. だがこそお前が何に変身するかは要素がつかん which is that I have however boy what you will turn into I have no idea I have no predictions 変身の術とはそれぞれのものの本質にふさわしい生き物に変身させる術なのだ So the transformation spell is a spell that transforms you into an animal that is most appropriate to what your true form is. Nebody は俺を上から下までじろじろと見た。So Nebody basically looks at me from the top to the bottom. And then your turn.
俺がどんな動物になるか想像しているらしい。It seemed like he was wondering what kind of animal I turned into.
Yeah, I'll make you do the next part as well.
Sure. 怖くないよ。と言ったら、腕を組んで壁に寄りかかっていたベネットが不機嫌そうにうなった。So when I said I'm not scared, Bennett, who was crossing his arms and leaning on the wall, made like a disagreeable face.
Hi.
Yeah, discontent. I like that better. Yeah.
ひょっとし
Or
て。What? Yeah?
sorry, actually, I translated that poorly. He looked discontent, or he like grumbled in a discontent way.
Yeah, the
Doesn't say anything about his face. It was the grumble that's being described.
So you're right. Didn't notice that. ひょっとしてベネットも変身の術をかけられたことがあるとか by chance, does this mean that Bennett also had the transformation spell put on him? もしそうなら、どんな生き物 How did I do that? Okay. もしかし、もうそうなら、どんな生き物に変身しただろう If that's true, then I wonder what animal he turned into.
Probably a bear.
多分 a bear. Whatever it is, this made his hair go tsun tsun. Right. Next is
Yeah.
your turn.
では、始めるとしよう。ベネットも行け。ベネットも行け。So, he's like, well, let's begin then. Bennett, get out of here.
This is so funny. Get out of here, Bennett. We don't need you no more. ベネットはもう一度俺を睨みつけてから出ていた。So Bennett once again glared at me and then he left the room. Your turn.
エバリはテーブルのとこへ行け、しばらく魔術書を真剣に読んでいた。So, Nebri went to the table and like made a serious face and read a magic book.
Serious face? Oh, Shinken's over there. Never mind. So
Yeah, or I guess you could say that his tone was what's serious, maybe not his face. I don't know what's up with me tonight in describing everything as a face.
He just reads very seriously, which
he reads it in a serious way. Yeah.
そして
I'm like really fixated on faces.
そして小声で何かつぶやくと勢いよく本を閉じハンカチで鼻を拭きポケットから魔導石を取り出していた。小僧、こっちに来い。 personally, I wouldn't feel very safe about casting the spell.
Yeah,
When he has this like
for real.
like what if I
No,
sneeze halfway through it? Um,
that'd be so bad.
so in a small voice, he mutters something and very rigorously shuts that book closed. And then he blows his nose and from his pocket takes out his magical stone and says, "Come here, boy." And your turn.
これは粘りの前に立った。魔術に逆らおうとするな。少しだけ痛むぞ。So, I stood in front of Nebari. He says, "Don't resist the magic. It's gonna hurt a bit."
はい。つまり、かなり痛いってことだ。でも、構うもんか。In other words, it's gonna hurt a lot. However, I don't really care. Your turn?
Yeah, I would say it's a little stronger than it's like as if I care.
As if I care.
When you in a sense with like that.
そ
It's a very sassy thing to say.
He's like, pain, what's that?
あ、よし、じっとしておれ。粘りは深呼吸をし、闇夜のように暗い窓石を俺の額にそっと押し当てた。So, says, okay, be still. Nebari took a deep breath and put the stone, which was dark, which was black like darkness. He put the stone to my forehead.
窓石は柔らかくて暖かった。The magical stone was soft? I guess this is kind of weird to use soft, I feel like here. And it was warm.
Yeah, it does feel weird to say that it's
柔らかっ
soft.
た。
I think of something almost like squishy or fluffy when I think of yarakai.
Yeah, and a rock? Fluffy?
Yeah, but a
どういうこと？
rock. Yeah, just like a
What
rock,
is
you know?
this? Play-Doh? どういうこと？
Yeah.
Next will be your turn.
Yeah, maybe it could also mean smooth, perhaps, but I don't know. I don't think I've seen it used that way. Like, not explicitly, at least. 部屋の中から、or, that word? Yeah. 部屋の中から音という音が消え、見えない何かに体が押しつばされそうになる。鼓膜が今にも破れそうだ。I'm gonna look up 押しつぶれる。or 潰す。
This had the kanji, would be so much easier.
Yeah, no, I know what the kanji is. I was just thinking, what is that together? I got that it's push, crush.
And then crush.
But what is push,
Squash.
crush? Yeah, you know? Yeah. So all the sound in the room vanished. I'm noticing that this translator seems to like this grammar point. Something told you something.
音という音。
Yeah. So all the sound in the room vanished. It was as if I was being crushed by something that I couldn't see. And komaku, that's eardrum, right?
はい。
Yeah. Okay. So it felt as if right now it felt as if my eardrums would burst.
Perfect. 眠りの声が響き、その声が渦を巻いて耳に飛び込み、頭蓋骨の中でガンガン鳴り割った。So Nevity's voice echoed and kind of swirled around my ears, and like it was like flying around, almost swirling. And it kind of like went into like my head, and a gun kind of like sound.
I think more precisely a skull, right?
It is a skull, like the
Yeah, zugai kotsu, skull.
reverberate within your skull would probably be like
Yeah, that'd probably be the most natural.
your turn.
呪文を I want to say it's 唱える.
Yep.
Am I right?
Yep.
呪文を唱え始めたら、窓石が輝き出した。So when he began to recite the incantation, the magical stone shined.
眠りが俺の頭上に What?
I was saying, yeah. That was great.
輝けると石から花火が一気に吹き出し、 俺たちをきらめく光のカータンで包み込んだ。So Nebody, he at once blew fireworks from the store. Was Nebody hang something over my head? I think it's like the words, right?
I don't know. I'm not really sure what he's hanging.
Maybe he's hanging his stone above his head. So he took his magical stone, put it above his head.
Oh,
And then
right.
from the stone comes the fireworks that all at once kind of blew out of it. Pew! And then it's kind of
Yeah,
glittering
that makes sense.
all over us, like a curtain that's enveloping me. But I really wish they had Nebody ga Ishio or something.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I guess they start talking about the Ishi after, so, but yeah, it's a bit weird.
It's because the subject, I guess, is the Ishi in the last sentence. Ishi ga kagayaita.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Next is your turn.
粘りの声がどんどん大きく、呪文がどんどん早口になる。I think it's 早口, that's a guess.
Yes, hayaguchi. Nope, kuchi.
Could
be
oh, shoot,
either.
was it?
Both are daijoubu.
Gotta love those. Cool. どちらでもいい. So Neburi's voice got louder and louder, and the incantation got faster and faster. Oh, and there's a little more. 体の表面が熱い. The surface of my body was hot.
火をつけられた紙のようにチリチリと燃えてしまいそう。So I felt like I was going to completely burn up like a piece of paper that's been put in the fire. That's caught on fire. Bits and pieces. And next
burn into bits and pieces.
Next is your turn.
I accidentally stopped looking. Okay, there we go. 膝がガクガクして床に倒れ込んだ. I gotta look up ガクガク.
I think it's the sound effect, like you're knocking your legs together. Yep. So wobbly leg.
Exactly that. Yep. My legs wobbled and I fell to the floor.
一瞬眩しい光が見え、短い乱鳴が聞こえ、突然何も感じなくなり。So at once, a brilliant light, I could see a brilliant light and a small amount of lightning noise, thunder. I could hear a small amount of thunder, and suddenly I couldn't feel anything. It came to be that I felt nothing. And your turn.
I think we should go for finishing this page and then stop.
Sounds good.
しばらくして目を開けすぐに動じた. I need to look up 動じる. I see. Like 動じ. Actually,
close,
how would I even translate this?
目を開け、目を閉じる. Right?
Oh, 閉じ. That makes so much more sense. I was like, what the heck? Yeah. I want to blame Dendaku, but I can't. I can't use an escape code this time.
I blame the lack of kanji always. There's kanji here,
Yeah.
maybe like
for
bam,
sure.
instant, no doubt.
Yeah, it's easier to read with kanji. Anyways, yeah, I opened my eyes for a bit and then closed them quickly. 天井がやけに高い. 椅子が頭の上にある. 術がうまくかかったようだ. So the ceiling is high, and the chair is above my head. The spell went well, it seems.
Right. So I think this Shibaraku is less about having his eye open for a while, but after a while he opened his eye, right?
You're right. Yeah. Without this, it would be what I said. But yeah, Shibaraku shite. After a while, I opened my eyes, and then I was thinking it was weird for him to say I opened my eyes for a while and then immediately close them. That seems contradictory. Yeah, I felt weird saying that.
足音が近づいてきた。I could hear some footsteps getting closer. ねぶりだ。It was ねぶり。また目を開けたら、やったらとでかく見えるねぶりが俺の方にかがみ込み、バカでかい手を俺の頭に伸ばしてきた。So, since my eyes were open once I opened my eyes again, I could see Nebody, who is obnoxiously big, excessively big, and he leans in my direction and his obnoxiously large hand stretches out toward me. And this will be yours.
あこれは声を上げて飛びのいた。I'd imagine 飛びのく to dodge, but I'm going to check.
I'm
Yep.
sure it's
2 miles
dodge.
away. I can see the kanji in my head. For 粘りがぎょっとした顔で床の中端に尻餅をつく。I'm gonna double check 尻餅をつく。
That's to like land on your
But I
butt,
can
I'm
imagine
sure.
something like that.
GG.
Yeah. Yep, fallen one's backside. Okay. So with a surprised face, Nabri fell to the floor. Oh, and I spoke and dodged, or tried to jump out of the way, or did jump out of the way.
おかしくて笑い出しそうになった。それにしても、なんでねぶりがこんなにでかく見えるんだ。It was so like weird that so funny weird that I just had to laugh. I felt like and well I didn't actually laugh. I felt like I had to laugh. But even with that, why is Nebody so huge? And next is your turn.
I think
What?
I think he's saying that Nebri was the one who seemed like he was going to laugh. Like he was weird. It seemed like he was going to laugh.
Well, I would say okashikute. Is it just saying it's weird that it looked like Nebody was going to laugh? I don't know. I feel like if you see Nebody like fall on his butt, that Khan would want to laugh. But I don't know.
You know what? You're right. Yeah, you're right. And I also probably if you describe Nebri, he would probably not laugh.
Because like especially when it's like laughing out loud, but he can't really like if you don't want to laugh out loud to your boss man, right? Seems like a bad idea.
That's true.
So that'd be my guess. So he's like, I felt like I was about to laugh. Gotta hold it in. Gotta gaman.
Yeah, makes sense. Nebri が立ち上がり、小僧、こっちへ来て、見るがよい。と、ひびえた、ひびえ立つテーブルから大きくて四角い鏡を取って床に立てた。We'll look at the Soviet Tatsu. What's the stand?
And Soviet
tower over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just confusing because it's a do verb. So it should be Sovieta would be its own thing.
Yeah, that's definitely what threw me off. So